Hey there, top producer and loan officer Sean Shouse, the fifth largest bank in the United States, aka the Realty Coach. So I got a lot of calls today and a lot of questions about the 10-year Treasuries going up over 4.35 and rates coming up on jumbo loans and why now is still a good time to buy. So remember, first of all, we're going into an election. That election is going to take some time to pan out. Once we get through the election, there'll be some certainty afterwards and the dust will settle. And the person who's going into office is going to try to look like a superstar when they're doing this. The next thing is that the real estate transaction takes anywhere from 60 to 90 days. So even if I start to do your loan today, we're still going to have anywhere from 30 to 60 days before we actually need to close on that loan. And here's the good news. With our bank at US Bank, we can actually do one of two things. Lock your rate now. And let's say we locked it at 7.25%. If that rate comes down more than a quarter of a point up to 48 hours before we close, we'll actually renegotiate that rate down one time for free. So it's kind of like a win-win situation. What's interesting is not all banks do it, and most brokers will not do it. We call it a one-time float down. Because we're one of the largest banks in the United States and we're licensed in all 50 states, we're kind of like Jimmy Stewart in It's a Wonderful Life, where he took the money from the one person, gave it to the other person. There's nobody in between. I'm Jimmy Stewart. I'm going to give you the money as cheap as possible. Here's the other good news. When I give you that money, I'm going to give you the best possible rates and the lowest possible fees in the country right now compared to most that are out there. But Sean, that still doesn't make sense to me why we'd want to close on a property with an interest rate at like 7.5%. Well, here's what happens. When interest rates go up, what happens is that uncertainty creates a pause in the market, and most people are going to pull back and they're going to wait to make a decision. The challenge is that real estate is a very inefficient market. So what's going to happen, there's going to be some time between rates coming up and actually the market and the people pulling back and waiting for rates to come back down. The challenge is if you wait for rates to come back down, as soon as those rates come back down, everybody on the planet is going to jump out and try to buy that house, and they're going to force them prices back up again. So when the rates go up, what's going to happen is people are going to pull back. You're going to have less buyers in the market. You're going to have less bidding wars. And it's going to make it easier for you to buy that house without having a lot of competition. And then once you're in that transaction, if the rates do come down as they're anticipating, because bear in mind, there's an announcement right after the election. And that announcement, whoever gets in office, the campaign is going to do their best to get them to reduce the rate so that they look like superstars. Because when rates come down, prices go up, people get excited, and there's momentum. The momentum in real estate is a real thing. It's kind of like, I used to say to people all the time, you do not want to have your real estate like an EKG where it just flatlines. Right now, with rates going up the way they are and with 10-year treasuries going up over 4.35, you're going to see a flatline for a few weeks. And right now, with rates the way they are and they're flatlining, with treasuries going over 4.35, they're going to flatline and they're going to stay there for a little while. What you want to do is jump on that opportunity and get out there, get a hold of your agent, and actually get qualified with somebody like myself and get the best deal you can find. And once you get that deal, you're going to call me and I'm going to give you the best possible terms, conditions, and the best loan for you, not for us, but for you. And we're going to lock that loan in accordance with what's going to work best for you. But again, remember, if the rates do come down as they're anticipating before we close, up to 48 hours, I'm going to actually let you know that, hey, let's renegotiate this rate down and let's get you the best possible deal we can get you now. And by the way, even if you lock your rate now, most people aren't staying in homes for more than 5 to 7 years. Worst case scenario, we can give you an adjustable rate mortgage and lock your rate at a substantially lower rate than a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. There's so many opportunities right now to help you to creatively finance and get the house you want and the time you want. You just need a professional like me to help you get through it. I want to apply for the job of being your coach, top producing loan officer, the fifth largest bank in the United States, aka the Realty Coach. I have 30 years of experience helping people just like you negotiate and structure deals. I've done over $1 billion in transactions personally, and I want to help you buy your next home. Give me a call. See you on the other side.